too. The thing is, all of the teams that have tried to run that have just generally not quite been able to get the same consistent value as the default comp. I thought we were going to see SEN run the weird stuff today.
Yeah, so did I. So did I.
What on earth? So no contest over A main at the start, and that should allow this ult orb to be farmed. Now, of course, the Phoenix is not going to farm the ult orb.
Like we were expecting.
Okay.
It's Sadak.
I mean, the KO ult is amazing. It's the best ult that you have on the attack side. But when QCK only needs 6 orbs, I would expect them to be putting it into the Phoenix.
A lot of space given. Knife towards it. Molly into the back with the aftershock as well. That's going to be supposedly a guaranteed kill, but here we go. Zekken was just tucked to the side and with a dash to disengage. That's the first kill for him. Kawazin trying to reposition now, taking up, re-clearing into mid. He's worried about that flank attempt, his post-plan. It's important now that Kawazin stays alive really as well. Zekken knows that he repositioned there.
As soon as this door opens, QCK might just go for the flash.
But it looks like they want to try and fight this one forwards into the smoke. That's a right click from Zelsis. Deals with him handedly now. 2 years locked down into hell. How are they going to clear him out here? Anchoring player towards the back. That's how.
Kawazin's miles away.
And that's a lineup being played by Les. Kawazin might be miles away here, but with the orb up as well, on top of that, the lineup, they want to try and push forwards into them. Zelsis, he can't stick to the fuse when this is going on. Time is really running short. Time is really running out. And Les, he's still alive, weaving all over the place. The knife in action. Half of the defuse. John QT, he's sticking all the way through. No time. They couldn't do it.
Unbelievable! Loud actually being able to get value here, not from any of the flashes, but from the KO knife on the entry, and then the Viper lineups.
So now immediately, this is going to be rattling questions throughout Sentinel's brains, especially John QT.
Yeah.
It's brought forwards, how do you deal with this comp now? They're going to be thinking, well, now we have to contest top mid. If they ever get into that post plan, we can't let the Viper just get off these mollies.
Yeah, or we have to be extremely rapid on the retake.
Yeah.
And the quicker you are on the retakes, probably the more mistakes you're going to make. Or you have to, you know, not check a certain area because you're going so quick. I mean, yeah, this is going to be a serious test for Sentinels. For the people that come up with ideas on this team, so I'm looking at John Cutie, I'm looking at Zelsis in particular, this is a problem to solve.
It's the same util combo. That is deadly.
God, the
nade, the molly.
So you can't swing heaven. Aftershock for hell, so you can't play hell. They've got so much utility coming through.
Molly behind it too. I mean, it's just a guaranteed kill.
Where do you anchor against this comp? When Loud used to play the default composition on Ascent, back when they had Aspas, Sassy, Pancada, when they won champions, they were amazing on Ascent. And what they did most of the time was just exec A on their attack side and run a lot of 4-1 AXX. And it sounds super simple, but if you're amazing at them, it's pretty difficult to stop.
QCK hunting for the kills. 2 away from the ult as well with his death, only the 1 now. You're right, Josh. It's difficult to stop, especially with the executes. I mean, the util that they just unload. I mean, the key might be just trying to fight over A main.
Yeah, and I think the problem with that is that while Sentinel's composition has the Omen and the KO to fight A main, Loud can just dump flash, stun, aftershock utility in there. I mean, Kawazin alone has enough util to make it devastating to try to fight A main against them.
In fact, they're already stunning off the rip.
And this is one of the problems. Compositions like this, maybe they're not going to work forever. But at the start of a tournament, when teams don't know much, and you have one really good idea,
it's perfect.
At least one. I mean, we haven't seen all of the playbook by any means from Loud.
It's a healthy bonus round, though, that Loud have got coming into this. There's the ult. They are going to fight over it. Okay, it's a pop flash play with Zekken playing off of it.
They're really nice. So they don't fight over A main as in trying to stop Loud from getting it. They re-clear it, pop flash back in, grab a kill, leave. So QCK's not going to be getting up to that ult this round for sure.
Going up for the next. Those teams left in a 4v5.
Shot done.
Spamming, hoping, praying. That is so much damage.
And the shock dart.
Here it is. 2 years. Sidesteps it. Oh my goodness. 1 step away. They're going to be able to hear this reload now with a knife as well. Do they want to try and go off of this?
The killjoy's been turned off. Good reactions from John Cutie, popping both nanoswarms in time.
Delays it for a few seconds at least. Now they're just starting to walk their way in. Sadak. Flash rebounds. through the back as well. Counterflash play once more. That's Celsius just trying to set them up, but he's open to all of them as well as the smoke fades away. Lucky to just grab the one, but they've still got these anchoring players to deal with. They're stunned. Maybe enough to jump onto them along with the aftershock. Yeah, you have no choice but to try and get out of there. He's still alive, still survives, but dropped down into the side still here, close to the smoke. Sassy's low enough here. Kawazin could grab a second, not quite. Sassy. He's weathering the storm entirely and less low enough here. There it is.
Right here.
Sentinels hold on against a Loud idea on B there that looked fairly interesting. I mean, just trying to contact in a little bit, right? Push the defending players back into backside and then just walk in front side and make the timing unusual, awkward. But this was a round where Sentinels re-clear had already got them into a 5v4. And they were winning a lot of those rounds on split as well. It was the 4v5s where they were struggling when they lost a player early. Now QCK has that ult online. What is their plan with the Phoenix ult?
Immediate knife from Zelsa's close. Just against the wall here.
You can get the molly off before the knife hits.
Second. It's going to be meeting some congestion, and that's just all about the timing through the smokes. Fast now. That's their approach. They're going to try and hold this one down, which, listen, Tens and Zelsis, they do that. They stop the ult for just a moment here. Aftershock towards the side, but Tens is at the back of Jenny. Dodging the flash. Still alive behind the dice as well. Reposition with the TP. John QT there to help him out.
Great work hard anchoring from Tens. Being able to dodge that flash, maintain control, allow John to come in through heaven. And QCK's ultimate didn't really get too much done because the SEN players were so fast to be able to pivot between the two angles that this split was coming through.
Spike down A.
It looked overwhelmingly good from Loud. The pace, the timing was all there, and yet SEN still dealt with it. And just to talk about how unusual this is, last year, Phoenix had a 4% pick rate on SEN. 4%.
Who's playing that?
Mate, I don't know. Scream?
Where's the 4% coming from?
I don't know.
Yeah. Just a half buy for Loud here. Gonna do some exploration. Do the usual tidy work as well. Make sure they get rid of that alarm bot.
And certainly, even the teams that have run Phoenix on this map before, they haven't run it in this version of the comp. Cowan seeing picks off Zelsis. He was just taking a little info peek out towards Catwalk.
Yeah, interesting angle. Second.
Everybody is one shot to the Outlaw.
Here.
Smoke here. Ping, do they know? Half clearance. It's not being done! It's not being dealt with!
Tragedy.
QCK, he's quick with it.
What a mistake.
And now a potential chance, an opening. Sassy? Who is this guy?
9-1, by the way.
90 degree
Farming.
snap, man. All the way through here. They're still going to be going for the plant, though. Kawazin. A rifle given up over to QCK. 3 away from the ult on top of this one now, but it's up to Tens and Sassy to try and play this retake.
And it's not like QCK could courier the rest of the guns to the rest of his team. So he's the only player with a Phantom.
They want to play up on lane here aggressively.
Going out.
Popped up. That clears it, just in case. Odin Spam have to be aware, cautious of that B main player. Of course, they don't know that. Paranoia now moving forwards, and there's that just unconventional angle, still pushing forwards. Another time to be taken to his nails. The shot, a thrifty round for Loud.
And what a disaster from SEN. The previous round, immaculate play to be able to stop an A-split coming through. This round, a bit of a fumble, a half clear, and the whole tower comes toppling down. And this is the play that really did it. I think they assumed they would be able to see the gun barrel if there was a player in the corner.
Yeah.
And they just weren't correct. Now, we don't know how Loud's composition is going to work here. Is it going to be attack-sided, defense-sided? So all expectations are out the window on what a normal result is for the half.
Just purely react Andy from us.
Yeah. It has to be when you have comps like this. But major ultimates up. That's a great recon.
And big reveal as well from these players. Admit they still want to take the fight here. 2 years. Just facing them, stunned. A little bit delayed, a little bit late, not quite. Just colliding with the bodies, stopping them in their tracks. They dealt with the market players.
That's an incredible reaction from Loud to go immediately for the fault line and punish those players. They might not even need to use the Rolling Thunder and the Null Command. Those are ultimates that you can build an entire strategy around.
Yeah.
And Loud have just been able to punish Sentinels and get a free A site.
There's another one. QCK might just choose to use this. Yeah, he is. Just in case to clear it. Knife gets a lot of value there, though. Out towards the back of the site. Everybody off site, though, for Sen. Up the space. Sadek with the plant.
Spike planted.
It's looking like an almost impossible retake. 3 players off the site. No intention of taking this into the retake. Not when Kawazine has that roll in Thunder.
And I think they're going to save.
Yeah.
I mean, Loud have just got so much going on. It's not even a problem that QCK has lost his ultimate.
Yeah.
They've got such major tools. Now, there is a question about how this comp is going to work on defense. They don't have a standard Sentinel. They're not going to be able to keep info in, you know, mid with a turret or an alarm bot. So they'll have to be active. But they have a comp that's just got so many flashes. They got 7 flashes to work with.
Yeah. It's insane.
So you could expect them to be re-clearing a lot on defense. And this is now 2 rounds in a row where you could say that Sentinels have been punished or made some kind of mistake that's allowed Loud to get back into the round. And this looked good. The recon dart with the push, I thought that looked like a great idea from Sen. But the reaction, the protocol to punish that was immediate from Kawazine and the rest of Loud.
I was showing there the players just body blocking each other. They couldn't get out of dodge.
And Brent, I want to bring up a concept here as Sentinels take a timeout, which is Sen will not have practiced against this comp.
No.
They have not been scrimming against people in their group. They've definitely not been scrimming against Loud. And I don't know every team's comp in the world, but I'm pretty sure no one else is playing this. But you think about the other side, Loud will have played against the default Ascent comp almost every single time they scrim. Like 99% of the time, they're going to be playing against similar ideas to what Sentinels are doing right here.
Yeah.
So in terms of Loud being able to just rely on protocols they've already built, that's going to happen. But Sen have to be thinking creatively, improvising the entire time.
On the fly.
On a map where they've also not had very much success in the offseason. When I said that the map pool was great for Sentinels, I was thinking map 1, map 3. So this is going to be rough. Sen have got to dig deep here.
Loud with the absolute sucker punch comp to potentially take it in 2-0. Early days yet, but a big lead on their attack side.
And they've got a bait and switch setup here, Sentinels.
Yeah.
They've got Tens, Zek holding next to each other with the operator.
That's important. They won't expect Tens there.
But at the same time, Loud are not going anywhere near it. We had 3 players bunched up towards Gelato, could have taken a main control, and actually Sadak's taken them towards mid. This Viper wall's lovely as well. They can flash through it, they can drop it whenever they want. Really difficult to contest mid against that.
They're just contacting. Not scared of it, are they? Here we go. No command, let rip. That's going to be catching. Sassy is alone, isolated onto the side. He's got so much more to do. Tucked towards stairs.
He dodged it.
Dodged the ult. Straight towards him.
Spike down B.
And Sassy, the one who comes up with the goods and gets out. Regroup with the rest of his team, but he's made this so much more winnable.
What about Tui's? He's on a lurk down mid right now. If he can catch Sassy or John Cutie, the round could become winnable again.
Pausing the play because they need to get the spike back as well, seeking to just spam when they hear that utility right. 2 years. He can make it winnable, but he has to come alive. Hunter's Fury. One connection down to the B main player. Out wide, John QT. Sidestepping, dodging. Paranoia still available. We blind them up, and another smoke as well. Fakes it like he's repositioning. 2 years. Still going to be stuck there. Mid, no longer accessible here, and it's going to make this retake just a bit more awkward, but with the door shut, they maybe don't have to worry about it. Flash play! Less, he plays off of it, picks it apart, and already gains the one, but still the plays now need to get into the side. It's traded. Sadak, he's alone towards the back, and 2 years needs to really speed this one up, because with Sadak dead, it's all on him. Zelsis can stick it, and it's all being covered.
Sentinels navigate the danger, and they're able to convert. I love the pathing from Sadak on his ultimate there, down mid, catching John Cutie, who was trying to play an anti-KO setup in spawn. But the difference maker is Sassy here. Look how close he is to getting caught by the breach.
That's nuts.
And he just sprays him down. I don't know whether this is a read on where the breach ult's gonna come, or just a bit of good luck with where he was positioned.
He's 14 and 3.
He is farming. And I'll tell you what, my favorite statistic is this. Sassy, absolutely goated Sova player. You know what his map win rate is on Sova with Sentinels? 0%. Sassy has never won a map with Sentinels playing Sova despite it being his best agent. I don't know why. I actually have no idea.
I just done him dirty.
Well, it's not his fault.
No, it's not, I know. But
The rest of his team was letting him down last year.
well, here we go, an opening. Straight down mid. One of the difficulties that this Flash comp might have is dealing with these operator players. You don't have the Sova drone, the dart to just try and clear off the jet operator. Zekken did find a value of it, but they've walked themselves into mid, using the wall just across. TP into the back of the site. John QT, though, he is being assaulted now at a position. The util used, but a bit of a pause again into the play here by Loud. QCK, pop flash. Player onto the sides, getting a bit of space. It's watched for.
Good punish.
Yeah, thought Zekken grabbed that one, but no, it was all Sassy. Just spraying it all the way down. And guess what? John QT is still there towards the back of the site. These flashes are being sent flying long-range artillery. No kills to be gained, but John QT still wants a piece of the action. Up trap, round the side, all the way over him. The Sonic was lost in their source.
The adaptation from Sentinels to pull Zelsis back around so that he can play towards spawn and send these flashes over to help the person on site. Zelsis on his own is counter-flashing enough to keep his teammates alive and force Loud to make plays like this from QCK and 2Es where they're getting over-ambitious, throwing their lives away. And yeah, definitely it doesn't hurt that Sassy's 15-4. That really definitely doesn't hurt. So Loud for the first time here, getting snarled up. The last 2 rounds not gone their way. Low buy.
They want to fight this? Oh my, and there we go, the punish. The knife connected, of course, but now retreating in order for TenZ. Backs away, does have reinforcements arriving, but they were just there for the orb.
Sentinels had success refighting A main when it was Zekken, because he could dash back out again immediately. But that time it's Zelsis and his feet are glued to the floor, stuck in a molly. And Loud slow things down.
Taking that breather.
Doesn't feel too much like an eco anymore with 3 rifles online.
Now, picking up that upgrade in main. Drone. Don't break it. Spots the 2 of them. And now it really alerts them that there's going to be potentially an A split. Obviously the option to pivot it up into mid for Loud here. 5 deep, doesn't connect. They waited out with 45 seconds.
TenZ is normally good for 1 here, but has to get off the angle.
Dodges it. Stun though in his face. Is there going to be util once more? Has the TP to just disengage. Zekken goes down.
Punish!
But here we go. He split it up, dividing a fight, and maybe he can create a bit of an angle to try and get something done. No, Kawasing takes it away from him. Sassy from on high. It's down 2 years.
That is
2v4.
simply filthy. I don't see a way back in for Sentinels here. They'd have to make magic happen from Sassy and John QT.
Oh, all the guns. No one playing in hell. They don't want to get spammed down here. Kawasing's still holding for this flash as well. There it is. Finding them up, delaying. John QT just making the clearance out towards cap, but this is more and more looking like you might need to save as I say that.
Standing ahead.
Hello.
Last player standing.
But no, not enough done here. If John QT maybe got something else, just got to back away.
And Sassy can't save the Odin, can't save the Op. The kill onto Zekken is outrageous. Because when you look at the way that Loud's comp is structured, they don't have a recon to push away the Opper, they don't have a drone to push them away, they just have to rely on flashes. So when Zekken gets pushed off the angle, he can re-peek. And if you're Loud, you just have to hit the rifle shot. If you don't hit the rifle shot against the Opper, you're stuffed. And that's the shot that Kawasing hit to punish Zekken as he tries to get back onto the angle. You see the little message in chat there, actually, from somebody on Sentinels. Didn't catch who it was, saying this util is insane. Yeah.
Just appreciation, you know.
Well, they're trying to come up with ideas on the fly, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sentinels really getting tested here. Oh, TenZ just slipping out.
Still money for the goodbye here. Second this time. Again with the op, but he's stunned up. This is the common position he's been playing. Flashes sent flying with the molly as well. He can't re-peek off into heaven. Sassy's here. The Odin. What kind of noise cue is he waiting for? The plant? Yes, he is. There's one. No chance to try and walk through the door. There was a timing attempted by QCK. Up top, though. Here it is. Paranoia. Dash forwards into the smoke. No real damage. There's a follow-up. Another flash. Nade on top of it. It's a masterclass of a concoction. At SEN, they take the site by storm.
That's what SEN have been looking for. The retake. And finding ways to make their utility work for them, right?
I mean, this is a treat between both of these teams. You're watching a team in real time having to adjust for this brand new comp. Loud pulling up stuff that has very good ideas. I mean, it seems robust.
It does. It does. And I think Sentinels there, one of the things that worked for them, they found a pace before Loud could really get their util out, right? They found a little gap where Loud were getting ready to throw counter utility, and they hit them with a Paranoia, and instantly followed up with a KO flash, and seconds in. He's in so fast.
Exactly.
But still, it's 5-5. Usually we would be saying on Ascent, wow, what a lovely attack side from Loud. They've got 5 rounds. This is really good. But we just have no concept of how good this comp is going to be on defense. Maybe Loud need more on their attack side. It's actually really hard to tell. And I think SEN won't feel comfortable at any scoreline from here, because they're still going to have to think really heavily about what their approach is on the other side of the map too.
Yeah.
So this gets... The danger is never going to stop. It's going to be the same as Split, I think. Just anyone's game the whole way through. But Loud's economy is knocked down quite a bit in this round. Not that that matters too much. We've seen Sadak get really creative with his ways of turning the smaller weaponry into picks. Both teams have.
Let's set up with the Odin, just in case there's a bit of spam coming his way. He's hoping to counter it. Deep drone to set up Zekken now with the op. Gets the tag onto Les. Pushes him away. Zekken can hold that space into B main. That's going to give them a nice little avenue, but mid is being taken now. Paranoia from TenZ goes a bit of miss.
And Celsius is thinking, in theory, they could be walking spawn right now.
Just from that Phoenix wall.
Yeah, TenZ and Sassy looking for it.
Here it is. Oh,
this is a fake.
Flash through. It's going to be pulling players as well. All eyes towards mid here, just seeking to try and stop this one. But Juicy K around the side, TenZ, he deals with it. Might be a fake, but it didn't really pull the players like they were expecting. But they are slowly creeping in through tree. Side by side here, John QT. He's still alive. Knife didn't get off here, so he still has his abilities. Might get upwards! Not for him, though. Deals with it with 2 players falling, eventually traded. Les and 2 years are alive. Smoke up here, but Les is weak. And TenZ going to try and make a play here. Plant. Will come through. There's a pit available for Les, but I don't think he wants to use it when he's that low.
Should be Sentinels rounds. Barring a miracle from the Loud players.
Bit of spam here will do wonders. The smoke blocks that dart potentially here. Close to the side. That's a trade into Jen. And yet everybody accounted for. SEN find that 6th round.
And it's the Sentinel on QT that stops that fake being useful. Because as QCK sent it down like market and then down towards spawn, the idea is that Sadak wants to lead the rest of the team through catwalk. But they ran into the alarm bot and the turret, and John QT then kills 2. Your fake hasn't really worked. You haven't gained enough space off the back of it.
Yeah.
So it's a cute idea, but SEN had the read. Sassy's got up to 20 kills. He's feasting.
Yeah, he's not stopping anytime soon.
Thank you.
Null Commando online, and John QT in the radius. Where's the knife?
Backing away. He's playing really far back, actually, almost anticipating this one. Yeah, he is. So he's still going to be able to get those Killjoy mollies off. There's a stun towards the side here with a smoke propped up. Sassy spraying away. Damage. Ooh. Tail end of the bullets. Sadak's lucky to be alive here. 2 health. Oh, yay! He did it! Gonna get Red back up and be on full HP.
That's awesome!
That is a crazy play. Still, all this util being combined. There's a Viper's Pit as well. This is a foul concoction, isn't it? All the way forwards here, just trying to fight over the Killjoy. Set up this lockdown, close in the corner. They're really defending this one. And Junior's detained! There was a chance. But that's what it will get left at. Zekken ripping off the heads. Sadak towards the side. It's a double face. The SEN to claim it. 7-5 in this first half. This has just been electric.
And Sentinels again with the pace increase. That round was so quick. Fighting inside the Viper ult, making sure that the lockdown could go off. Really good defense of that lockdown, making sure that there was no opportunity for Loud to win that. And the Viper post plant seemed potent on the pistol round, and yet we hadn't really seen it at any other point in the map.
Really
7-5. Who's in the lead? I have no idea.
It's so difficult to tell. Well, earlier we spoke with Lau's IGL Sadak about why they're a team that is fearless, and it might have something to do with these comps. I'm not too sure.
Somos time que realmente jogamos sem medo. Por isso que sempre que começamos jogo a gente grita sem medo. E isso tentamos sempre levar em tudo que a gente faz, desde testar novos personagens, entender novos metas, entender novos estilos de jogo. E é uma coisa que realmente tem definido muito o nosso time. Somos time que você nunca consegue esperar algo normal, porque não sabemos se vamos aparecer com outra composição, não sabemos se vamos jogar de outro estilo diferente. Então, time sem medo mesmo.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just don't know which direction they're going to be going into when they're pulling out comps like this. And, you know, to refer back to what you were asking a bit earlier, we don't really know which side this favors. We don't know if this Loud comp is going to have so many more different looks as well on the defensive side. In theory, they got a lot of delay with the Viper mollies, the Phoenix, all these flashes to try and push them back.
Yeah, it's hard to know. I think they'll be playing a lot of, like, almost trap plays, like re-clear.
Yeah.
There's some really nasty stun lineups. Breach on this map is very good. It's just hard to come up with a comp that is worth moving away from the meta. But you can see that Sentinels are struggling. They have managed to lead the half, despite Loud also winning pistol. So that's excellent. They really were coming up with good ideas to increase the pace, to play for those A retakes.
Massive test.
Yeah, this next pistol round is going to be a big one. If Loud can get them both, then that is going to boost their win rate of this composition massively.
Yeah.
But to be honest, the default composition is default for a reason, because it just gets so much value. So if SEN and John Cutie in particular on the attack side can IGL themselves some good setups, we could see Sentinels coming away with a bit of an upset. I would say that it would be an upset, actually, for SEN to win on Ascent here and take us to a third. But it would be amazing for Sentinels, because their Sunset has also looked sublime running that Breach Fade comp.
A great series that we've got.
Already is. This is a stacked group. The game later should also be ridiculous.
Probably the most stacked group that we've got in Americas, I think. But here we go. Timers ticking down, beginning it around. No fast plays in sight.
Les has bought a Sheriff. I mean, it's like the most defensive agent that Loud have, and he's chosen not to go with Viper mollies.
Incredibly based. I love pulling out the Sheriff purchase on the pistol. Jump spot, 2 years sees it. They want to punish this, actually. There's a dash active. Second, he's waiting for the flash as well into his own smoke. Would it be the counter play? Damage through the smoke. Sadak lucky. He can just hop away with barely an injury.
Celsius looking to see if there's going to be any kind of pop flash play through the smoke. I think that's extremely likely. I mean, they still have so much
paranoia, nades, it's all being combined! And Loud got everything to deal with this one. Smoke in their face as well. Celsius is completely isolated away. Damage being done. John Q team knocked down to absolutely almost anything. They're just spamming away into the smoke. Maybe Celsius can get lucky. Bit of RNG, maybe with a clacky. He's dodging all these bullets well enough, but still only good for the one. It's traded out wide. Turret dealing with it, sticking it. 2 years, there's only 2 bullets left, and it's not going to be enough. Pistol round for Loud.
And I got to agree with Sentinels. This util is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, the setup, the Phoenix mollies even just on their own are cooking. I mean, that's like almost the last piece of util that you think to optimize when you're thinking about running a Phoenix on the map, but it's getting so much value.
It's the first line of it. Forces them into hell if they are there. Then the KO nade comes in.
Yeah.
Forces them into that with the paranoia, the blind. They don't know what's occurring.
Yeah. And you just don't know which areas Loud are going to send the utility, because Sen haven't practiced against this before. Yeah. So you don't know where's safe. But yeah, that's Loud with both pistol rounds, which is going to be huge for them.
Stun refight. Less. It's there, but eventually respecting them. Just backing away here, including dash being used, but at the end of the day, still just an eco for Sen and a refight. Les is just re-clearing it immediately. He is fearless.
The more kills that QCK gets, he could very quickly get up to an ultimate on the bonus.
2 players spotted. This is Les just pushing him down, man. I mean, with the Spectre from this range, still risky business, but he's getting away with it. Sends the CP deep.
Yeah, and
Tree.
he's been caught.
Spotted now, though.
Yeah.
Careful.
Didn't get caught by the knife, but got caught with the eyeballs.
That's nice.
Less being punished. They might think the B is open. Kawanzin's still home, though.
There's a lot of util to his name on top of it, so...
And just while we have a bit of downtime in this round, look at the Viper wall. This is not a common one. I haven't seen too many other teams use this, but it lets you fight mid. It has a bit of protection over catwalk. Good protection
30
for
seconds
B main.
left.
Like if you exec B, you have to go through it twice, through lane as well. Disgusting Viper wall that Les has cooked up.
Difficult challenge here. 17 seconds. Door closed, second.
They can get a plant.
They can get a plan, yeah. With the door closed, they're not going to suspect
10
anything.
seconds left.
Okay, with a market player, John QT rejoins him onto the site. That connects here. Enough time for the plan on top of it. Had to be extra short, there was nobody back site. Swapping around the guns for the healthier player. John QT, what can you do? There's 4 players that are running at them in a whole cacophony of utility waiting for them. Flash, just dodge for a moment, but you can't dodge the bullets. QCK. Nasty, nasty stuff. Up to the ult.
Yeah, Orb Max in again. They let QCK take first contact. He's already picked up a couple earlier on in the round. And now the Phoenix ult online for the bonus round. What do you do with this, though? Like, you don't want to push out too far on a SEN defense. You don't have a dash to follow up on any of the flashes. Maybe you just use it for retake?
Yeah, refighting main as well. Maybe if you hit him using the util.
Yeah. Go in there based off a stun and a flash.
Yeah.
And not be worried about losing a player. Or, possibly, you could tiles crunch by running your Phoenix down
Wait
mid.
a second. Where's all this going?
Just hold W.
There's 3 players at the top mid. Suda maybe going to be waiting, potentially. Sassy's here. He's holding for all of this. A flash on top of it, just combining all of it. And they're out of there. Yeah, they don't want anything to do with it.
And a different Viper wall from Les that actually covered top mid, so they weren't worried about that position. And they have to go through it twice once trying to take A main.
Yeah, it's nasty.
And look, Loud are ready to try and collect the React A push.
Already there.
They're already, there's 4 of them in tree. All right, but now it comes down to the mid-rounding, and Sentinels slowing things down are going to spread back out around the map. Tens is staying A main though, so they've always got the opportunity to go back to A. I think Loud will be pretty happy to play a B retake at this spot though, especially with the Phoenix ult. So Sadak doesn't need to call for his team to spread.
In the middle of all of that, Sen, they lost mid control. They lost B main control. They're going to have to clear this together. But if they use util, they reveal their hands, so they're just walking for now, waiting for it. Now there's a flash. That was used, actually sent out flying, I think, by Sadak, and he got all the noise cues. Updraft on top of it. Now the drone being used to send straight through. It's a deep smoke to actually just try and play out. That was 2 years sending that one.
Yeah, threatening that Sadak could try to get in. But they're not going to go for it.
No, it's going to be the full retake, and why not? UCK has the Phoenix ult.
Yeah, I think this could get dangerous, even with the lower weaponry.
It's going to be on 10s, I think. Laying himself there into B main. Flash, Sen flying, so now he's revealed his position. There's Sen fighting over it. Really aggressive into the front of the boathouse. Not going to be shying away. Beautiful kills from Les, but it's not really quite good enough because it's just left it up to QCK. Flashing through. Dealt with!
This kid can frag.
He really can. What a nice round by Sen.
Now Loud are going to get rifles on board. This game still dangling on a thread. Les back to running that B wall. So maybe the A wall is only for pushing aggressively. And I think John called a beautiful round there. Really making sure that he didn't fall into the trap that Sadak had set up. And Kaplan's pretty happy.
And that presence of mind to really slow
Mustachioed
down the middle of it.
mastermind. Yeah.
He is, copying us. Standard dart. Make sure to clear through into mid.
mistake.
No kill though. Lucky to be alive. QCK.
They give up all mid control based off the back of that though. And one of the big things about this Viper wall is that QCK can call for it to drop so that he can pick the timings that are best for him. It always favors the team that controls the wall. But now that he's been pushed so far back, that's not an option. Is John just setting up for a lockdown play B main here?
Kawazin is playing the role of a turret here, and when he takes contact, there's going to be spam from Les with the Odin.
Paranoia forced out over towards Catwalk, as Loud had that area of the map threatened.
Sending it now. Yeah. Lockdown through B main. Seconds through as well for the B split. Extra element into the mix. Less running back. Is there going to be the gap to play in? There's a molly. Really good timing from that one, and he is fully blinded out. That's 10s with the util. Excellent stuff.
30 seconds left.
Great positioning from Zelsis. He's got Zekken to swing off as well.
Yeah, man down now. Aftershock flash. Looks like a fast play into this one, but they weren't accounting for that close corner as well that's being played because the door, it hasn't been opened. Didn't break the market door. And Sadak now has to consider, what the hell do I want to do here? I've got to judge. Kawazine 2, you've got to save it. Only 350 credits.
Second round in a row here where John has cooked up a really nice counter to what Loud are doing. Sentinels are taking quite a lot of mid control, threatening Cat, keeping players pinned on A, and then they manage to end B. And there's nothing that the Loud anchors can do. You know, they didn't have a setup to be able to break the lockdown. No ability to fight over B main, and that's a freebie.
Yeah.
Especially with Les getting stuck in the corner. It felt like Les was expecting to be able to get a kill with his Odin by spamming, and so hoping that he would just go 1-for-1 even though he got detained. Ooh. But this comp is getting locked out. If you thought that all of the flash utility would help you retake B, that is proving not to be the case so far. And SEN are squeezing out some good value from the default composition.
Just by bringing these rounds to a crawl. Buy is a little bit odd. Just with the guns that were saved by Loud. Not everybody has a rifle. Again, waited it out this time. The deep dart. Taken out. Sentinel's going to be aware of the fact that there could be a player pushed down mid, but it's just Second who's posted up there. Now, later in, about 20 seconds in, we're going to see that re-clearance into main. Got flash play. Sadak listening for the noise cues.
Sassy meant to miss that jump. It's actually a very elaborate bait. You wouldn't understand.
It's hard to do. At least the silent jump.
The silent one. Yeah. Okay, so drone cancelled. Sadak gets a little bit of information, but this isn't where Zekken is. This isn't where the team is planning to finish. So things are still being disguised here for Sentinels.
Might be running into the judge.
Is there going to be...
Oh, boy.
No.
Sadak is there. The spike's been dropped down on top of it. CCK with the molly. Just denying any chance of that. Trying to be a split into the side here. That's a no command! And the shotgun's repositioned! That's dirty, man. It's disgusting. It's devastating. Turns TV's forwards, though, into his own smoke. That's Matters into his own hands. And he wants to have another go of it. Sadak shutting it down with a right foot upgrade. And the ace pulled out of nowhere.
That's a filthy good ace from Sadak. The first couple of kills just with a good read, and then the reposition is great as well. Sentinels were not fast enough to capitalize on the info about the judge being in one area. Sadak had already got the read. Sadak's mechanics look so clean.
They look so good. So damn good. I thought by power. They're getting their money's worth.
Oh, they certainly are, yeah. Zekken's got the knives this round, and they're not playing very passively to start the round.
They're all the way in. QCK though. Flashed and connected, I believe. They were sent flying over to the top, and there's a lot of players in mid. They're ready to receive this one, but they're just trying to reactively take that space. In through B. Plant's probably going to be going down.
Tens is cooking.
Tens is more than cooking, maybe overheating.
Spike planted.
But you have to take risks when you lose a player like that. Just trying to make the most of this. John QT forced to run to the side. Paranoia sweeping through, and he's worried about the market players pushing forwards. There's two more players to meet him. They're more than aware of it. That is nice at least to just grab the one, but it leaves it just down to Sassy now, and it's a 1v4. The guy has been a menace, but what can you really do? Running and cutting seems to be the aim of the game. Deals with him. Loud, equalizing to 9-9.
Speeding things up on the defense worked when they could put more pressure onto the Loud post-fight. But speeding things up at the start of the round is just going to run you into traps that you can't anticipate when you play against a comp that you've never seen before. Like they're not thinking about the fact that QCK actually has a little pocket with the Viper Wall, so he can't get flashed. Like, look at this at the start. He's playing anti-flash inside the Viper Wall. Like, there's just no shot there that you're catching him. So you know, that's one round where there's just too many people fighting over mid and Sentinels didn't realize. They put their eggs in an explosive basket and it blew up in their face. So I think the more cautious approach is generally going to be better for Sentinels. Here, the recon darts got broken, so Sen should expect someone to be playing close mid.
No way. No way. It's a refight out. They're just trying to play it through into Cat. Not getting punished. Still, they hold their ground. Spike dropped down onto Cat. They weren't expecting it, but that's the power of this comp. You have so many flashes. And you can double controller. You get exactly pick and choose your timings.
Yeah, you pick when the Viper wall goes down, and they just exploded onto them. Now Sen are left reeling. I mean, they're trying to take some map control on the other side, assuming that Loud are playing over the spike. I mean, the spike looks like a secondary objective at the moment.
Yeah, it does.
Just littered around the map.
TenZ has got the ult to pick it back up if they want to make a go of it. Gonna see if they can take out some of these players as well that are just anchoring, but less tucked to the side. Flash play just wasn't accounted for. TenZ is all over the place.
What a read in this round from Loud.
Yeah.
They fight over mid, which is where Sentinels were trying to go in the previous round. And then they know that they're going B. They just feel it in their bones that Sen are going to finish B and try and use the Omen ult to pick up the spike. And so Loud had 4 players ready to collect that. Look at this though, the Viper wall goes down, 2 players pushing out with the paranoia from Catwalk, and then flashes in mid. And Les is just chuckling to himself as John Cutie walks out.
Looking icy with it. A lot of ults for Loud here. Now the map might be just getting out of hand for Sentinels. Potentially even the series second.
All of these fast plays, they're just not quite working. Loud have got the correct response. Again, Loud are not playing in uncomfortable territory right now. They know what to do against this default comp. So all of the protocols seem really good.
Trying to be used. Duration running out though. Tag up.
This has pulled people away from B.
So that was the goal. Look at that. Paranoia aftershock just to really pull that util out. But guess what? Like you're saying, spike. Opposite end of the map here.
Drop the spike.
Sen's going to be potentially clearing the back of the site here with assault. Yes, he is. Sends it in. Doesn't see anybody for now. Waiting it out.
They're just not confident that the fakers work. They're taking so long to get in. And what this means is that the retake is going to come through quickly and with a lot of power, because everyone from Loud is going to be in position, ready to go as soon as the spike is planted.
They're all playing in main.
Yeah.
This is the adjustment.
Well, they have to play away from the breach ult, don't they?
Exactly, yeah. I know the util's just far too much. Hunter's Fury from far, far away here. Rolling Thunder on top of it, tries to set it up. Colliding and collapsing, but those aren't really kills. Just dropping a player as well. And the ult from on top of it, Kawazine is just running all the way forwards. Another bit of util in his hands, but his teammates are just watching the right angles, collecting up the kills of the fuse coming out. And they need to try and stop this one. Just can't get past Les. That next line of defense, just watching for the right angles. The 11th round for Loud, and they are running away with us now. This is the series in their grasp.
And Sen have a good idea there. We want to play off-site. We want to avoid the breach ult and the Phoenix ult, and then we want to be able to fight back in. But they're too late. The timing is off. They weren't able to help their players that were on site. And instead, we just saw 3 people kind of turtled up in B main with no way of being able to stop this defuse. At this point, the round's already over, despite the fact that Sen still have most of their team alive. And Loud are throwing too many threats out there for Sen to deal with. We're back into the round. Zelsis has his ult online.
Plays into mid. Op though. For QCK, you're not going to expect this, are you?
The thing is, too, now the KO ult is actually not hugely beneficial. It doesn't turn off Killjoy utility, Cypher trips, that kind of thing.
Oh, spots it. Offloading the pit here. Ult was not online here. Updraft. Dash now active too, but how do they want to clear this one with the Paranoia? Drone potentially available to them, but does it really cut into it? Zelsis has been dropped less. He's got a shorty in his hands. Adjustments, but only 2 bullets to really do the damage, and they're dropping all sorts of players. John QT gets the res up onto Zelsis, but it's just a second lease of life on him that's quickly ended. Second. So much util. Enough to just clear him all the way out. The flash is sent flying over the top, and they don't want anything to do with this site.
Look how good the Phoenix wall even is there to threaten that they could be flooded in.
Back away.
Has taken position and
He's
gotten
aware.
information.
Fully aware.
Sen are getting herded around the map.
Now just into mid, playing around. Only 30 seconds left. 2 year spots. Just one of the heads
30
crossing
seconds left.
over towards the A site. Sends out the smokes as well. All this delay. And even buying time as well for this rotation. Sadak is going to be here. Breaking the window, just trying to run it forwards as well. But no trade in sight. 2 years. So he's going to reposition. He's playing with the rest of his team now. Maybe a plan to Naya with the nade. Not quite, doesn't quite catch. Still, they have that player advantage. And Loud should be set up.
Two flashes, a stun. Loud get into position.
And here it is. Stun's there. Dart to account for it. 3 players at the door though, and it's only Zekken just holding close to the corner. He's just immediately cleaned up. Shotdar didn't clean up the kill, but it's only just Sassy collecting it, not planning for them. Sadak defusing, sticking, knows his teammates have got it all the way through. He's got half, running backwards and forwards, half of it already. Oh, it's all over. The util is simply too much to overcome.
Match point.
That's going to force a timeout from Sentinels. They've lost 5 rounds in a row. 3 of them to retakes. They can't stop it. And you're right, the utility is powerful, but also look at the way that Kawanzin gets in through door. That's not a flash. He's just brute force bulldozing his way through, trusting in his teammates to trade him out. And this is the thing that kept me having confidence in Loud, even despite all of the swirling conversation about Aspas being gone, is that, dude, the rest of the players on this team are nuts.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about...
outrageous. Les is outrageously talented.
With Loud, the amount of titles they came close to, the amount of titles they got, it wasn't just the Aspas show.
No.
Listen, he stole the spotlight, don't get me wrong, a lot of the times.
And he is amazing.
But the players on Loud, the rest of them, are just world-class caliber players, through and through.
Loud are probably the most consistent team we've ever had in Valorant. You know, in terms of the teams that they've lost to, they don't get upset very often. They only lose to top-level teams. Barring, you know, a hiccup here or there like Copenhagen a couple of years ago. But SEN are pushing them. It looks winnable. It really does. This is a clash between 2 top-level teams. But there have just been, by the look of it, too many questions thrown at them with this unorthodox composition.
Yeah.
And SEN are struggling to keep their heads afloat. Treading water right now.
This could be it. Slipping point for the map, for the series. Loud. In that driving seat. SEN flying. Sadak. Talk about unconventional. I mean, he's got the operator in his hand, but he's going to respect it when he hears his util being used.
Kawanzin's got a great stun line up here, and he doesn't even need it. Who's expecting Sadak to pick up the AWP? Aspas who?
You just don't expect it. First kill for Loud. Tiny angle, but QCK just enough. Collects another. 3 players left to stand against this one. 3 players from SEN to try and stay alive in the series. But they're being worked, pushed and pulled into all the places, and Loud are expecting it now. Paranoia in the hands of 2 years. Jump spot from Kawanzin, waiting for the contact play with the flash over the top. Sending the util, another kill, claimed 2 stand. 40 seconds left, it's desperation. Contact plays through and through. Hunting for a kill.
And it looks like vindication for Loud. Massive player advantage, a match point, the stun as well. Pressure onto Zelsis, time running low.
All the awareness in the world, 20 seconds, like you said, the time running low, close to the corner, it's only Zelsis. The impossibility to really do the most now. Spike in his hands, but players are quickly approaching his position, and all it takes is that. Loud take it 2-0.
With Sadak securing the fight.